Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 52 of Direwolf20's OmniFactory Let's Play series, where I'm trying to make a diesel engine. Yay! I made a diesel engine. Hooray. We got a diesel engine, we've got engine intake casings. We've got 3 of them. I assume you're still working, Chief? Or did you do something I wouldn't want you to do otherwise? You did do something I wouldn't want you to do otherwise. I see what you did. Okay. Yeah, we're going to have to be careful about that. Where's that pattern? Where's that pattern? Where's that pattern? You guys come with me. Go back into here. It's because of this. You need to be somewhere else. I guess you could chill here. That should be fine. So I need 5 more of these. That shouldn't be too big a deal. Yes. Yes. Cool. And then you're cooking that up for me? Good, good, good. Okay. That's better. Okay. And titanium, you dudes. Okay, yeah. So you are 6 of them, right? But the problem is assemblers 8 of those with configuration 8. Which is what's over here, is going to make other things for me. So I've got 22 stable machine casings. I needed 26. So you get to work and go there for me. That would be super good. Good. Okay, cool. So between episodes, I cleared out a little bit of an underground area here. I'm thinking my diesel engines are going to hang out down here. So last episode, we got some cetane boosted fuel. We should actually have a healthy amount of that stuff chilling right now, right? Chlorine? Yeah, no, that's glycerol. Krypton gas. Where's the cetane? There it is. 4,377-ish buckets of cetane boosted fuel and climbing. Yeah, it's actually going really well, and I'm quite pleased with how well it's turning out, actually. We're getting tons of this cetane boosted fuel, which is a really good power source. And my problem right now is that I'm like literally breaking even on power, right? Like, I don't know about breaking even, but look, like, see how these batteries aren't full? That's a pretty good indication that we're not doing great on power right now. You know, we're doing okay, but we're not doing great. Now, to be fair, I have been turning off some of my refinery gas turbines, only because I'm not doing that great on refinery gas. As much as we're processing a ton of stuff, well, I'm doing better now because I've had those turned off. Let's put it that way, okay? But, you know, I can turn these back on, and that's going to help. But still, we're kind of like so-so on power, right? So what I want to do today is focus on getting this engine built. So let's give it a shot. I've not made one of these before, but effectively what we're looking to do is make one of these bad boys. So your fluid input hatch is going to be here, and your power is going to be back here. So let's build it such that the input hatch, which I haven't made yet, by the way, I'm guessing that's an EV machine hull that I'm going to need for that. It's actually an output hatch, right, that we want. Energy output hatch EV. I'm thinking that's what I want, right? Fluid input hatch EV. Energy output hatch. Energy output hatch EV. That's just going to need some aluminum cable. Which, like all the other cables, we always need more of, right? But that's cool. So there's your energy output hatch. And we're also going to want a fluid input hatch. Probably the EV one, just because that's what it says. So get me another one of these EV machine holes, which we shouldn't have a problem making. Lickety split. Loving how fast my crafting has been lately. And there's your fluid input hatch. Cool. So my energy output hatch is basically going to line up with this, which we're going to change to be an EV CEU, right? Converts EU into forge energy, because that's what we want, right? We're creating EU, we're converting it to forge energy to store in our capacitor, and then we're converting it back to EU for a lot of our machines. So basically, we want to line this guy up, right? So let's line up where the power is going to go. So I'm thinking like right like this is basically what our energy hatch is going to look like. not there. Okay. Let's see what the inside of this thing is, because I didn't actually check that. So the inside should have titanium gear box casings times 2. So I don't know what that is. Titanium gearbox casings times 2. I didn't prepare for that because I'm a bad direwolf. But I'm hoping it's not too bad. It's lots of titanium, this thing, but we're going to have a lot of power output from a result of it, right? So you guys can chill there. And just to be clear, did you need a circuit of any kind? No. That, and that. That's not too bad. Titanium gearbox casings. My problem is that we're running out of slots here. I could probably sneak you over here, right? That shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, that should be fine. Gearbox casings times 2. Make it happen. Hopefully you don't do anything too silly. You know, like use my titanium for something silly that I wouldn't want it to be used for otherwise. Yeah, at this point, the machines that are slow are the extruders. I should probably extreme voltage these guys, but I've got so many extreme voltage machines, and a lot of them running at all times, and a lot of them not running at all times, like this dude who's currently disabled because he just draws a lot of power. Right, this guy's running because he's doing some stuff with my titanium production. Like, there's just machines that are running like crazy. Oh, good, you made one. Cool. So the thing that I'm running into is just basically power problems. So you guys should be done now. So you're gonna boop boop like that, and then we're gonna have. Right, and one of you guys is gonna be that fluid input hatch. That seems like a good place for it. And then you guys go around here like this with the diesel engine in them. Hooray, diesel engine. Lubricant amount, 0. Fuel amount, 0. Oxygen amount, 0. Supply oxygen to boost. Notice how I've got lubricant and oxygen on my to-do list up here. It was a little reminder to myself that we're going to need that. So how do you work, buddy? So that's your fluid amount, right? So where do I put in lubricant and other things? That's a good question. So I'm suspecting is I need to get 2 more fluid input hatches, right? So can I put one here and here? No, you don't seem to like that, do you? Here, it's okay, right? Okay. So you don't like it on the edges of your machine, do you? No, you do not. Invalid structure. I agree. So how about? I guess you're gonna have to be over here, aren't you? That's probably gonna make you valid, right? So 3 tanks for 3 different fluids, because I think each one of these can only hold 1 fluid type each, right? So one's gonna be oxygen, one's gonna be lubricant, and one's going to be the cetane boosted fuel, right? Those are the guys that we're going to have in there, right? This is other to-do list things that I want to get around to. I did automate luminescence, so that's good. All right, so next step is oxygen and cetane boosted fuel, obviously easy. Lubricant, though, is what's needed to run this bad boy. He doesn't look too bad, though. So you can distill creosote oil or seed oil into lubricant, but it's a really tiny amount. Or what we can do is combine oil with talc, and we'll get lubricant, right? Or we can do creosote oil or seed oil. Oil and redstone get us lubricant as well. What's talc? 750? Oh, that's interesting. Redstone also combines. I mean, I've got a lot of redstone, to be fair. Oil and talc again. Soapstone and redstone. Okay, I didn't see the redstone one. So I did process some talc between episodes in preparation for this. I don't think it matters though. Like I've got enough talc that it's not a big deal. We found talc somewhere in the world and I just pulverized it, right? And it's a real simple pulverization of talc ore equals ground talc, which, you know, also has a side effect of talc, which also has a side effect of, like, so you just get talc, 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 talc. It's all you get from this stuff. So that's cool. So we're gonna want that, and we're gonna want oil. So what I'm thinking is we would get, right, one of these bad boys, right, the advanced electrolyzer, to electrolyze oil sands, and then just dump it into an adjacent mixer, right? Now, does this stuff need a specific power level? Voltage EU 4. So, nope, we're cool. We are pretty cool with pretty much any power level we want to go. Do you want to go MV? I think MV would probably be a good route to go for that then. Should we throw this right here and like call that easy? Okay. So electrolyzer, an MV electrolyzer. That would be this guy. So I'm going to want 2 MV machine holes, and the electrolyzer just needs some silver wire. And an MV mixer. And that's going to need a motor and a rotor. Cool. So electrolyzer just needs now some copper cables, because like I said, we always need copper cables, and I've still yet to do a keep in stock on that. I really should. I really should. All right, so advanced electrolyzer, good. Advanced mixer, good. We're going to want some 4x energetic alloy cables. Okay, so you're going to electrolyzer, right? And then we're going to want a pump to dump that stuff into the adjacent side, and then mixer. And then what we're going to want are a couple of item export buses, not anything else, right? So you're going to export bus oil sands. And let me get some cabling here. Okay, so you should be cooking, making oil sands, turning it into oil, which will very quickly dump into here, right? And then our other export bus will be this dude, which is going to be talc, okay? And that should be about all we need, right? And now we want an ME fluid U, because what we want is a fluid storage bus. That guy, right? Easy peasy to make. Right, so you're mixing and you get a lot of lubricant, right, per oil. So that's gonna last a really long time. From what I understand, the lubricant usage is not so much, right? Now, what I'd also like to get is my medium hammer here. And let him run again. Okay, cool. Good a deal. I like it. I like it a lot. So you're all good. You're draining probably a healthy amount of power at this point. Right? The problem is when that thing's running along with all my other machines, we really start to struggle with some things. But we'll be all right in a minute, right? That's what we're making this for. So that should be about all we need to worry about, right? So now we want our fluid export buses. So that was easy enough. We're going to want another one of you. And what we're going to want is 3 buckets. Right? We're going to want oxygen. We're going to want cetane boosted fuel. And now we're going to want our new lubricant bucket. Okay. And you're my energy output hatch, right? So basically, this is really simple. We just say boop, boop. You're going to get lubricant. You're going to get oxygen, which oxygen's optional, but I think it makes it better. And you're going to get the fuel, right? So lubricant, oxygen, and fuel is going to come over to here. So you could just go right through here. How's that sound? Hello, underground cave. Greetings. All right, so conduiting. Let's get the conduit stuff, because I like using that unless I need to, generally speaking. Use something else. That's all good. So we're going to want to run you pretty much like this. Right? That's not too dire wiry, is it? Okay, cool. So now you should be getting lubricant, you should be getting oxygen, you should be getting cetane boosted fuel, and you are generating power. Look at that, cool. Running perfectly, outputting 6,144 EU per tick. Holy cow, that's a lot of EU per tick. And then, like, are you going to fill up your internal buffer? Is that what I can assume is going to happen? Yep, I think so. So what I'm going to do is, for a moment, I'm just going to disconnect the fuel. Because what I want to see is the fuel stop being used up, right? Good. Fuel amount is not changing, which is what I would expect to see. That's probably a good sign. How much do these EV dudes hold? That's a really good question. I have no idea the answer to that. I probably should have checked. I don't know if you need EV here. It's probably going to wind up just storing a whole lot of juice, which, not the end of the world, right? It's just a big buffer. That's all it's going to be. All right. So now that we've got this guy up and running, let's swap this CEU HV for a CEU EV. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, see how low on power we're getting here? Like, everything's draining, everything's getting low, right? I'm going to remove you. Single block mode, please. That would have been a big mistake. Okay, and you're going to become a CEU EV. Okay. Now, you should still be getting power, no problem, from your vibrant alloy cables feeding into this thing. And guess what I made between episodes just for you guys so that we would have something really cool to do today? Can you guess? 16 Lapatron crystals. That's what's up. Right? That's cool. So we put all these dudes in here, and he's all like, all right, I got some power to get you, but we're also draining power. So we're actually, like, struggling to maintain the power needs of our system here. We have a little bit of a net gain going on into filling up this thing, but not a whole lot. But now we're going to hook it up so that we do, right? So this thing actually outputs, like, a pretty hefty amount. I want to say it's 4 amps, at least. So your fuel's filling up. Wow, you really do hold a lot of buckets. I shouldn't have done EV here, should I? It's not the end of the world. I just shouldn't have. I'm curious at this point how much these EV things are going to hold. The thing said to do EV, and it just didn't occur to me that that was just going to be a huge buffer. I should have done LV. It's all good. It's not a big deal. I'm not going to worry about it. So what we're going to want is some 4X. That's EV and steel cable, right? So can I get, like, just 10 of you? Shouldn't be too big of a deal, right? So you're draining lots of power. You guys are struggling to keep up with our demand, right? See how much we're struggling to keep up? Yeah, with all the machines running that we got going on right now, it's just a little balancing act between keeping everybody happy. That's going to be changing in just a minute. Pretty sure that the 4 amps is going to work here. Now, if we want another one of these, we're going to have to go like 8 or 16. But I want to say it's 4 amps. Let's come back when the end steel cable's done. You know what? It's 3 amps that it outputs. So 4X cabling will definitely hold us over until we make another one of these bad boys, right? End steel ingots are scheduled. Why are you scheduled end steel ingots? Oh, because you're making a bunch of steel for me. That's fine. Come on, buddy. I need that steel cabling. My power is starting to suffer as a result. I totally want to see how much you filled up, by the way. 115 buckets. Oh, my goodness. Is it 128? Please be 128. Please be done here. I'm going to, like, acceleration card the oxygen just so I can see. Yay, it's 128. All right, good. Not the end of the world. Not great, but not the end of the world. 128 buckets, I can deal with that. Because I had like something like 8,000-ish buckets, right? So we should have plenty of oxygen left. I think it was actually 7,000. This is what should we... Yeah, so we have plenty of oxygen. We're cool. How's that end steel cable? The 4x end steel stuff? I think 8's enough, right? So, see all my Lapitrons in their current power situation and how much we're hurting? We're about to remedy that. So, hopefully I can hook this up. Straight up, like... Please don't explode. Alright, so what's our power in looking like now? Pretty good. Pretty good power in. Right? And you guys are not filling up yet, but you will in a minute, because we have a massive amount of power coming in here. That is cool. Alright, how are you doing? Lubricant's good, oxygen amount's good, fuel is good. Running perfectly at 6,144 EU per tick. And this guy's empty of energy because it's all getting pumped into those Lapitron dudes, right? You're going to fill up pretty quick, and then you Lapitrons are going to start filling up like nobody's business. Nice. That's pretty cool. And they're going to have a huge internal buffer here. Now remember, this is EV power, right? So what's going to happen is it's going to take a while. Basically, the engine down there can probably fill up 3 Lapitrons by itself. And I'm going to say that, I guess, extreme voltage is a quarter, right? So rather than being 16, it's 4, right? So 2 for the diesel gens, 2 for the turbines, and then 3 for that dude down there, right? And then when we get to this guy, he's filling up. He's going to extract a huge amount of power, really, really, really good. Now, the 16x EU, 16x EV, can do a max output of 131 forge energy per tick. Nice. Okay, so the CEU EV that converts Greg Tech energy units to forge energy can do 131 forge energy per tick output, which is the same as this Lumium conduit, by the way. Good times, good times. So here's what I'm thinking is next, right? So you're doing a net loss. As soon as you hit 75, you're going to boost up again really high. That's going to be great. So we're generating way more power now than we were before. Like, we're really good on terms of power. The other thing that's cool about this, by the way, is my understanding of this is they can kind of sit near each, like, share sides adjacent to each other. The problem is getting this fluid input hatch to go somewhere that's not going to be a problem. So I don't know exactly how you would put that in a spot that's not going to be adjacent. Because if this wall here was flush of titanium casings, you could put this diesel gen right next to another diesel gen and share some of the wall and free up some titanium. We'll figure it out. Let's convert you to a bunch of actual dust. I want all the titaniums processing now. Now that we've boosted our power gen, like, I shouldn't be sweating power for a little bit at least. For a little bit. I'll be still sweating it at some point, right? Because as we tech up our machines, especially getting into the IV tier, which is probably going to be next, we're definitely going to be hurting a little bit, but we'll see, right? But now we've got a bunch of Lapitron crystals in here, kind of storing a ton of power for us, which is cool. We're going to be really good on power for a little bit. I like it. All right, so let's get some stone and just fill this floor back in. Why don't you? Oh, okay. Just funny angling. That works for me, right? Yeah, that should be cool. All right. The other thing I do kind of want to do, I think I'm done with magmatic dynamos. As much as they did a really nice job for us in the past, right? Like, they're getting lava every now and then, and they're helping to contribute here. But I'm not sure how much I want them to be doing stuff. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Because one of the other things I had on my to-do list here was an igneous extruder. Because one of the things that we're very short on at this moment is obsidian. And, I mean, I can get lava to make obsidian with an igneous extruder, but we keep burning through our lava so darn fast that I don't know that it's worth it to keep these guys around anymore. So I think what I'm going to do is break these. Right, let's get rid of them. Let our lava dude just fill back up with lava. But what I'm going to do is leave all the stuff here so that if I determine that I want to bring the magma gens back, I can. But if I'm being totally honest, it's been a hassle to keep those dudes going. Like, constantly running to the nether, moving the pump, all this other stuff, right? Like, I'd rather have lava go into some other use. So I'm going to leave this here for a few minutes, and hopefully what'll happen is they'll decide, you know what? Yeah, no, I'm good without it, right? And if I'm happy with the fact that I'm done with that and don't need it no more, then I'll clean that up and get rid of all the wiring and junk that's there. And our entire base will be powered by cetane boosted fuel at this point, which sounds like a good time to me, considering that even counting the 128 buckets that are sitting in that diesel gen down there, we've still got 5,224 buckets of cetane boosted fuel. That's awesome. All right, let's make a igneous extruder. Can I make one of those? Like, yeah, right. I think so. And also, it's a quest for me to actually get a thermal machine frame, right? So let's get a couple of frames going here. Actually, I already have them on my to-do, right? So mana-infused ingots, we're going to need more of those. Didn't I teach you how to make them? You're a blast furnace of mana-infused metal and primal mana. I thought I taught you that recipe. No, I taught you the other things. Let's teach that recipe real quick. And here's where my lack of obsidian is causing an issue. You ready? I'm not going to be able to make this. So, womp, womp, womp. Do we have a fluid doohickey? Fluid doohickey. We don't really have anything that I want there. How about I just do the simplest and oldest trick in the book, which is grab a bucket of water and go find some lava and come back in a minute once I've found some lava and just make some obsidian the old-fashioned way. Because we only need probably a little bit to hold us over until we can make obsidian this way, right? So we've already got, you know, some obsidian down here. So let's go 3x3 mode and we'll be right back. All right, I'm hoping a little bit of obsidian that I got there is enough. So that's been my breaking point, right, for obsidian, is that's a sticking point for me, right? So hopefully all the stuff's going to come together. We're probably also making a bunch of mana dust scheduled so that we can export bus it, right? So that's cool. Because I think even this thing has been empty because I ran out of mana dust in him, right? So he's got nothing in him. But he will in a minute because we just got more obsidian back here. Cool. So hopefully that's cool, at least. Good, you're coming together, and then you're going to come together. Beautiful. You're crafting some blaze powder for me. We shouldn't have to worry about blaze powder because I've got my blaze guy over here. He's got 64 pristine matter. This thing's all running pretty smoothly, so we've got some good stuff set up there. Good, so you're now cooking some mana stuff for me. That is cool. So let's go. One more, and we'll be happy, right? Like I said, hopefully enough obsidian to real quick make an igneous extruder so that we can get that up and running too. Right? So that should be a quest complete. Hooray! Quest complete. There you go. Nice. And then you want energetic infuser and phytogenic insulators. Well, we'll get to those eventually. My focus is this guy, right? So machine frame just needs stainless steel plates all around it, and that shouldn't be a problem. We can make those real quick. That's actually not bad at all. I should probably be teaching you guys how to make these. That would probably be smart. Now that you know how to make all the components of that, you can put that together for me in the future. Because those are actually not bad recipes. Not bad at all. So now, can I make an igneous extruder? 2 invar, 2 copper gears, and a redstone reception coil. Do you know how to make those yet? We probably should learn how to make those. So gear, do we have copper gears? No, we do not. Copper gear. Get this guy added real quick to our list of gears. Get this guy added real quick to this. Give me a bunch of in-bar just in case. And that actually should be pretty good. So we should be good for an igneous extruder now, as soon as those copper gears are ready. Like I said, gears are kind of a slow part. So there we go. Igneous extruder, check. Cool. All right, so here's my thoughts, right? We're gonna need to stick this dude somewhere. That's gonna be in some way intelligible. Wow, is most of my base completely all Greg Techie wires? But I'm sure I can come up with something. Let's see, 'cause now I'm actually using RF to do something for a change. That's not normal for me. I don't think I've got any RF-based machines. Everything's been Greg Tech so far, hasn't it? That's actually kind of funny. Where would I want to stick this dude? Where's a reasonably intelligible place to stick him? What I should really be doing is adding a spot for these machines. That would probably be intelligent. Is there a place up here I could stick him that wouldn't be too stupid, maybe? We could get... I don't know if I'm using any of these machines anymore, to be fair. Every now and then I use this for some manual processes, but he should be moved down. I haven't used my vat in a while. Maybe I should just, you know, get rid of all this stuff. Mr. Cutting Machine can go. You guys can all go. And maybe up here is where I will have... Do you even have anything in here? Probably not anymore. Is where I can stick some things, right? Some cool, awesome things. Hey, look, water's here too, so I don't even have to export bus water. How great is that? Yeah, if I put this here, that would probably be pretty good. All right, igneous extruder, where'd you go? All right, so what I'm going to probably wind up doing is getting rid of the CEF MV. I don't think I need him anymore either, at least not at this point. Try not to make too big of a mess down there, okay, water? Okay. So that's what? Lumium energy conduits? That seems like a waste. But, meh. I've done wastier. Okay. So you could do that, right? And then let's have everybody be blue for a minute, because I have to figure out how I'm going to do you, right? Or realistically, maybe you should just be here. Does that sound cool? It only costs me one more extra cable, right? Stop doing both of those things. There you go. That seems pretty good. Okay, so now you're gonna get water, right? And then I also want you to have lava. How can I do this in a smart way, in a not stupid manner? I guess what I'll do for now is just stick you on the top and do that. But then I want you to make obsidian, please, if you would be so kind. Cool. And then for now, I'm going to set this guy and just throw the storage bus on you. So I don't even need this export bus for water that I was going to use. And then I just have to connect some conduiting, and that should be good, right? I think that's cool. And then some cable. Right? And now you've got a storage bus, and we should have access to obsidian. Sweet. 18. Nice. Okay, I'll take that. 19. All right, wrapping up point. Devil 20 signing off. Hope you enjoyed the episode. We'll come back next time with more insane shenanigans for automation. For now, guys, take it easy.